Welcome back to the DDD Sports Podcast. As always, joined by DC.
Yes, sir.
And Dante.
What up?
Dante, I can't believe you responded to that. You got your face full of a.
Bro, where's the tacos
what
for
is
the rest
that
of the
from
squad?
Taco Bell?
I got the quesalupa. It's a limited time deal.
Ooh.
No, I've had that before.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I actually went with DC last week.
Yes,
and got a
sir. We
queso.
went-
Oh, that's what y'all went with? Y'all dropped me off?
Yes, sir.
Yes. We
Bro,
went to Taco
quesalupa is
Bell,
where it's at.
and I got a
Where's the fire?
quesalupa. Yes, chicken quesalupa.
That's where it's at.
I was dropping a hot take. I was talking about actually for final minutes. I should just go completely off sports and say that the chicken quesalupa is the best thing Taco Bell has.
It is. It really is.
I'm serious. I'm a fan.
Is it that good?
It's
Yeah.
that good. It's,
I'll save it
it's
for
amazing.
last then.
Mm-hmm.
Bet.
Yeah, it's seriously that good. We are working on mock draft 2.0 today. So we've already made one mock draft. Trades have happened, pro days have happened, and most of all, free agency has happened. So a lot has changed, and we'll probably end up doing one or two more of these before the actual draft day. I bet
At least one before, maybe two.
at
We'll
least
see what happens.
one before. But
Could see
here's
more
another
movement.
mock draft to see how everyone's moved, what's changed, what's going on. We're gonna make the same picks so that way we can just see exactly how everything's changed. So as always, if you didn't watch our first episode, so boo for you if you haven't. It was the second episode we ever did for our podcast. We had Dante make the first pick, DC make the second, I make the third, and we went all the way down just using one big draft board. We're about to do the same format now. So good to jump right into it. From face full of tacos right there. All right. Taco Boy, first pick. Who the Jaguars taking?
I don't think he's the best QB in this draft, but I would be a dummy not to say Trevor Lawrence at one.
It's obvious. That's the only
Urban
pick.
Meyer even said they're
It's
leaning towards
the
taking
only
him.
pick. Everyone was freaking out today because there's a picture of Urban Meyer at Ohio State's pro day, and like he coached Justin Fields or whatever. But
That's why I can see him going number one. Just a simple fact,
No.
you lose the faith
Because-
of the franchise right off the
And
bat. if
Urban
you do
Meyer
that.
talked about this last year, how great it would be to coach this kid. Oh, it's the coaching job of a lifetime. And then Jacksonville moves up to number one, and they hire Urban Meyer as their coach.
Yeah.
He talked about it every time he talked about Trevor Lawrence.
No, it's definitely Trevor Lawrence, and it's just a smokescreen for some other teams. That's all. Yeah, no, it's definitely not happening. All right, number 2, the Jets.
All right, I don't think.
First of all, you think they keep this pick or trade out of it?
I think they trade out of it.
I think they keep it.
I don't know. I
I
think.
think they keep it too.
I think they keep
Okay,
it. Too.
let me rephrase that. I think they should trade out of it. I think they keep it.
As
But
a
either
fan,
way-
you hope they trade out of it.
As a fan, I hope they trade out of it. But realistically, they're going to keep it. You know, they've been doing a lot of work at different people's pro days, whatnot. I think they should trade out of it. But either way, we're not in a bad situation. We have so many picks. Thank you, the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, really.
So
for a
with
box safety.
Yeah, for a box safety.
Blitz boy.
Blitz boy. I mean, he's great at blitzing, but ain't no coverage coming out.
Actually, that's a false misconception. We'll get into it another day about Jamal Adams and his coverage skills. People don't think he can cover. There's actually stats that show he can.
I think he can cover. I
Oh.
don't think he's worth 3 rounds of coverage.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
That's true.
They give
All right.
us more for him.
Who we
than-
got? We're getting on a Jamal Adams tangent.
All right, up here, I don't like him, and I dog on him, and I don't remember. what
Boise
he said.
State. You writing
Yeah.
up Zach Wilson up there?
No. What happened to you?
Zach Wilson. Hold on. Okay, if we're going off of what I want, we trade out. If we're going off the QB I want, we take Justin Fields. If we're going off what it looks like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I like our new GM. I like our new head coach. Maybe they see something I don't. But if we're going off what's shown lately, it's Zach Wilson. Okay, we showed up to Fields' pro day. We showed up to Wilson's pro day. And all I heard was hype and love from both sides at Wilson's pro day. And I didn't know we showed up at Zach Wilson's pro day till after it had happened.
Yeah. No, seriously though, and you look at it this way too. Like, as a Bears fan, and this is a team that might end up trading up. If they might trade up with the Jets, they might trade up with the Falcons. They're one of those few teams. The only quarterback I'd see them trading up for is for Zach Wilson, just because. I mean, BYU headband. It's the only quarterback that's ever won us a Super Bowl. Seriously, on the 85 Bears. Given he was not even close to the most important part there, but just Zach Wilson.
Just saying, BYU and quarterbacks, Steve Young.
We'll make a poor man's 85 Bears. I don't know. We can't even do it. We're gonna win 4 games this year. Who am I talking about?
We're not in a bad. Everyone talks about the problem with keeping Darnold is we have to pay him after this year because it's 5th year option. we're not in a bad situation if we take this. If we take that and Sam Darnold plays lights out, cool, we found our quarterback and we trade him.
Yeah, Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold makes a lot of sense.
If Sam Darnold doesn't and Zach Wilson takes off, I get to buy my Zach Wilson jersey and apologize in gangrene colors. And Darnold, we don't.
No. You don't apologize in gangrene colors.
You want me to buy BYU? Huh?
You apologize in the BYU
what if I do the
jersey.
BYU hat because I'm gonna get the.
Okay, all right. Get a BYU hat because that's expensive. That's
because
expensive.
I'm gonna still get the jersey if he pops up.
Yeah, we don't get paid on this podcast.
Yeah,
that's expensive.
All right. San Francisco.
Most interesting pick of this draft so far. Number 3, San Francisco. Obviously, they're picking quarterback here. They're going to keep Jimmy Garoppolo, have this quarterback learn under him for 1 year. Look, you got to look at it this way, right? I think they like Mac Jones because they like big, strong arm. Mac Jones only had a decent pro day today. Listen. Mac Jones only had a decent pro day today. And they like Mac Jones because of like Matt Ryan and his similarities, but he's not going to do that. The reason they made this trade 2 days after Trey Lance's pro day. You don't make this trade betting on Mac Jones to have a good pro day or betting on Justin Fields to have a good pro day. You know he's already had a good pro day.
They found their guy.
Okay.
They are in love with Trey Lance.
That's fair. I'll give you that. They
Trey
may be in
Lance
love
is
with
going
Trey
at
Lance.
3.
No. Okay, I'll give you that.
Who do you think?
This is your pick.
Who do you think?
You can after what you saw from Justin Fields. I don't see how you don't think he's.
But they didn't even send
Where's
anyone.
the love?
They didn't. No, listen. No matter what Justin Fields did today,
Justin Fields doesn't get no love from the media anyways.
Doesn't matter.
But look,
where's the love from San Francisco?
No. San Francisco sent their GM and head coach to watch Mac Jones today.
Oh, what did Mac Jones do?
Doesn't matter.
Lay an egg.
Hold on.
But they sent no one to watch Justin Fields.
If we're
You
going,
get what I'm
Really?
saying? They
I'll
were
give you that.
considering him.
if we're
They were
going off voice of
considering.
reason,
Look. This is the San Francisco 49ers quarterback draft board. They got Trevor Lawrence at 1, Zach Wilson at 2, Trey Lance at 3, Mac Jones at 4, and Justin Fields at 5. That's what they got. They look at Justin Fields and think he's a project. That's how it is. And I mean, even though they're going to let him sit for a year.
But I don't understand. This is what I have a problem with.
Finish your topic.
I don't understand how people think Justin Fields is more of a project than how they think he's a project and Trey Lance is not.
they think they both are. They're just like Trey Lance.
But when you look at both of those games, both of those playoff games with Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence play head to head, Justin Fields outperformed him in both games.
Dante, I agree.
That's why I don't understand. Like,
look. Let me show you my QB draft board. Look.
Okay, this is what I gotta remember. We're not going off what we think. We're going off what these NFL execs
Exactly.
are
If we're going off what we think, offensive tackle Penny Sewell is going number 2 to the Jets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if we're going off what we think, my quarterback draft board is Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, then Kellen Mond. But how this
Why are
works?
you in love with Kellen Mond so much?
Mond is a steal.
Mond is good. Mond is going to be a steal.
I say he's still in the third. He's not a second rounder to me.
Someone will take him in the
I've seen him play. I have Texas A&M games in my market. I've seen him play. And Jimbo Fisher is one of my favorite college coaches. I honestly think he's all right. I think you have to strip him down, start him from the ground up with his mechanics. I think he's too mechanical
And
with
he's going to do it behind Andy Dalton when Chicago takes him in the second round.
That's
All right. So just to reiterate our first 3 picks, we got Trevor Lawrence going 1, Zach Wilson going 2, Trey Lance going 3, all quarterbacks. Now, the biggest gold mine in this draft.
What does Atlanta do?
Since the Chargers had Eli Manning when they drafted him number 1, the biggest gold mine in this draft, number 4.
What does Atlanta do?
What are they going to do? So look,
I remember in our last mock
You think
draft.
Zach
hey,
Wilson?
but
I picked Zach Wilson at 4.
can we agree that they're trading out of this pick before we
it's
make
gonna
it?
happen.
We're doing no trades in this mock draft. But
Okay.
I think either
I think you got to.
unless they take Penei Sewell, they are trading out of this pick.
That's true.
They are trading out of this because they can get 3 first-rounders out of a QB needy team.
That is
Looking to
actually
trade
very,
up. It's a gold
because
mine.
people do stuff in desperate measures.
It's a gold mine. That's what I'm saying. This is the biggest gold mine since the Chargers were sitting with Eli Manning before they traded
That is
him
true.
to the Giants.
So this is why
On draft day. All right.
I remember last mock draft I picked
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson is
BYU.
pick. I've been thinking.
Been thinking.
What's the Florida boy name?
Kyle Trask.
Kyle Pitts.
Oh.
The other Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
I like that.
Kyle
like
Pitts.
that. I like
Hey,
that
think
pick
about
too.
it. I see how he's built and how he moves. He's more of like a big body possession receiver playing tight end.
Yeah,
So
he
you
is.
pair him up with Julio and have him learn Julio about
And
just
Calvin
route
Ridley?
stuff.
Yeah.
And Calvin Ridley?
Even if we talk about moving on from Julio and starting a rebuild, that's talent. And if he's there.
And Julio gets hurt a lot. He kind of gets hurt a lot, but now since he's getting older, he can hurt even more.
And
I honestly think, and I've seen Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley does not do good when Julio is not there. He's not as productive. You get a dude like Kyle Pitts. You can't double team Kyle. You can't double team Calvin Ridley. You have to put a man on him too.
Exactly.
No longer there.
And on top of it too, Austin Hooper's not there anymore
Yeah,
because he's on the
Austin
Browns.
Hooper.
And the best they got is Hayden Hurst, and Hayden Hurst was best when he rotated in Baltimore. So I think that's a good pick.
I think they trade.
I think
I can honestly see
they're
them
going to trade out of it
because
but
that's
pretty
too
good
high to
for
take a
Armand.
tight end if you don't think he's going to be like
If he's not elite.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Number 5, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Even not, but before he goes on to his pick, even if it is a need, I think it's too high to take a tight end.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Okay.
On to Cincinnati, as
Hold
my
on.
boy Belichick says.
Hold on. Okay. Quarterbacks, offensive tackles, and pass rushers. They have their quarterback.
Okay.
Okay.
They don't have their
So,
tackles.
hold on. Their quarterback got hurt last year, didn't they?
Don't say what I'm.
No.
Don't say what you're gonna say. No. Look.
No,
This is why they're not gonna go Penny Sewell. This is why they're not.
That's not what I was gonna say.
No.
But this is why they're not gonna go
You're not-
O-line or edge, because he wants to reunite with his playmaker, Jamar Chase,
Jamar?
and on top of it, Philadelphia is trading back because they believe Cincinnati will not let go of Jamar Chase. So what you're saying, if you don't take Jamar Chase here, is you're saying that this is a big smoke screen, which it could be. And if so, it fools me.
Honestly,
No.
fools me.
Here's my thing. Okay.
Okay.
All of this talk, we've talked about him reuniting with Jamar Chase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did anyone not seeing Penei Sewell go up here up until they moved
Nope.
and they went to Zach Wilson's
That's
party?
true.
Nobody. Our last mock draft didn't have.
I had him.
quarterbacks in the
I had
first
Penny
round.
Sewell at 3. I had Penny Sewell
That's
at
fair.
3 too.
I had him at 2 until we loved Zach Wilson.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, Cincinnati could totally do it. I just think.
And okay, I gotta be honest. Okay, been seeing some of that Oregon film. Been watching this.
Oh, he's a
dude.
dog.
Yeah,
He's
he's
insane.
A beast.
He's
So,
insane.
I wasn't gonna go Penei Sewell because I think they were looking elsewhere. But if he's here and his talent, I mean, Penei Sewell's a beast.
You gotta take
Yeah.
Penny Sewell right here.
They're taking Sewell here.
Yeah, because you got to. Burrow got hurt last
Yeah.
year. With no O-line help.
Yeah, they
you,
need.
You got to, man.
They need
bought
O line.
in-
I think they get O line later.
And then
in
you
the
can find.
draft.
And then you can find a receiver in the second round.
That's true.
Rashad Bateman, it would be a
They're
steal.
so deep at receiver in this. draft.
Yeah, like
especially.
I
with all the
agree, but
quarterbacks.
you're also I think they go get Lyman later. I think they get Jamar Chase.
okay.
This is a great pick though, and if I'm Cincinnati's GM, I make this pick.
So,
So yeah,
so
so
Philadelphia traded back for nothing. That's the case.
pretty much. But Philadelphia likes the other receivers too, and they're willing to take on a first round pick to
they don't
trade
need
back.
no linemen back.
So number 6, Miami. Obviously,
So O-line is
So-
raw and healthy.
yeah, obviously Miami's taking an O lineman here.
I know.
There's 2 top O linemen in this draft. It's Penei Sewell and Slater out of Northwestern. And they want either one of them, whichever one gets them. That's why they traded back from 3. Is because you know what? At 3, they're both going to fall in
They
his
didn't
lap.
trade back till they knew QBs were going.
So
They knew their
look,
linemen
I
would
think
be
in this draft, both of them fall in their lap again.
Oh,
at
but-
6. But right now, in our mock draft, only one of them did. So they're going to take the one that falls in their lap. They're going to
there.
get Slater.
quarterback and you protect him.
Exactly.
Honestly, I think Slater. Oh, because they got Miami has how many picks in this round?
Miami's got 2 in
Miami's got
this
2.
round, and
I
they're
don't,
going to
think
have.
I don't think that pick a QB at 18 though.
Oh no, they're
They
going to
won't
stick
pick a
with
QB.
Tua. They're going to
You're
roll
gonna
with
stick
Tua.
Tua. You can't just say you screwed up.
And I don't think they
No,
did.
I don't think so
He threw
either.
11 and 5, and that was with them taking him out every 2 seconds when he made a
Yeah,
simple
I like
mistake.
You got to let him play through that.
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
So you
why.
know
That's
what
how
you
rookies
have.
get better.
So that's what they're doing this year.
And rookies get better when they sit a year. So I mean, that's why I like where Trey Lance is going to San Francisco. San Francisco is a great spot for a quarterback. Learn when you're behind Kyle Shanahan, then play.
Oh, and honestly, I think any rookie, all like out of Wilson, Lawrence, and who's the third one? Wilson, Lawrence, and my boy Fields. Any of them can go in there and do good day one because that's a QB friendly system. You know.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I need my glasses.
Next
You
pick.
said-
You got the Lions coming up.
Who's picking here?
Lions at 7. It's Dante's pick.
You got it now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Dallas.
There's no way if he's still there.
I can't.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is definitely going to the trade.
Go get my boy Jared Goff some help.
Mm-hmm. So, and Kenny Galladay's gone.
That is true.
Detroit,
all they got is Marvin Jones.
Listen, Detroit's going to take the best player on the board here. And so look, if Jamar Chase is taken before this, they're going to take Micah Parsons.
And to be honest, the first round is where you, except for like you already know you have your quarterback in like if you actually need like a position of need or something like that, the first round is where you take the best player available. That's why. Like, I'm sorry, that's why Cowboys fans will get mad with Jason Garrett, because Jason Garrett would pick need and not the best player available, and that's what you do in the first round. That's not a dumb pick.
They're rebuilding. They need to take the best player. And think about it this way too: if Atlanta somehow does not trade back, if they really like Sewell, if they really like Pitts, as we've got in this draft, and they draft there, Detroit's the next team trading back.
That's fair.
Because notice, Justin Fields is still on this board, and Carolina needs a quarterback. Ooh. So any of these teams would try and trade in front of Carolina to make this deal.
Honestly, so look at it. I think Carolina trades up on draft day, because I don't think with all the stuff that happened with Deshaun Watson, I don't think they'll make a trade for him.
No, I don't think anyone's trading for
Watson. That's why the talk of them trading at the number 2.
And they got the cap space to do it too. They clear the cap space to get a big free,
top pick,
to get a big player or a top pick. So they got the cap space.
Yeah. No, Carolina could totally do it. That's what I'm saying. So one team's going to trade up with Atlanta, and if they don't, then a team's going to trade with Detroit. You know, because Cincinnati, they might not move off their spot. They got a couple elite guys that can get there. Miami, they've already made 2 deals. Miami's got a ton of picks. They might not make that deal.
No.
Because
if you do, that's the dumbest decision they did.
Not this year.
This year. You got to at least let them
not this year.
I say even like country, you got to at least give them 2, man.
Yeah.
Even because you're in Detroit, that's a rebuild. You got to give them 2.
Exactly. Carolina at 8. We've already established.
Okay, if this is played out how it has, Carolina just got their money ticket. We should talk about them needing to pay for
baby. As one of my friends back home calls him, my boy Jeremy, baby Cam, Justin Fields.
It's gonna happen. Yeah. That's what a lot of people
so too.
Especially with these two loving their guys.
Yep.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence goes, obviously, and these two have found the quarterback they like in this draft.
Honestly,
the Jets and 49ers. I think he goes there too.
I think if I'm Atlanta, I'm feeling calls from Denver and Carolina. I think
Atlanta's not going to call anyone.
Not in division.
No. Listen.
I'm fielding calls, not calling them. I'm listening to calls from those two especially, because Denver needs a QB. I don't think Drew Lock is the answer at all. No. He's going to have to show me at the end of the year, because he had Judy, he had KJ Hamler, Noah Fant. Then he's going to have Courtland Sutton coming back next year. So honestly, I think Denver needs a QB too. And to be honest, this year is I think you get a surefire pick with especially those 3 QBs I always talk about: Lawrence, Wilson, and Fields.
This is what's going to happen with this Atlanta pick. Mm-hmm. Atlanta's got so much leverage on this pick. As GMs, what's going to happen? No one is going to even talk to Atlanta about trading up until there's 2 minutes left on the clock before pick 4. Until they know. Because Atlanta's going to have a plan. They're not going to call anyone. Because that shows they're shopping it, and they lose 1 first-round pick if they do that.
That is true.
Atlanta's going to sit on this, and they're going to have a guy at 4. It's either going to be Kyle Pitts or Penei Sewell, and they're going to be like, you know what? Worst case, we live with this.
That's right.
And they're going to sit on draft day, and the first 8 minutes, we're not going to hear anything.
You know the crazy thing is,
we're going to hear Micah
Parsons.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Denver does not pass if Micah Parsons there.
No.
Actually,
listen.
Hold on.
Listen. This is why. Denver and Vic Fangio's defense. All you need is a good defense. In that division, if you have an elite defense, you can stay in games. You look at what the Raiders did, right, with Kansas City this year. They just limited time of possession, stayed in games. Now, look, they're not going to take a quarterback even if Mac Jones is on the board, because they're dealing with the problems of a young QB. They're way more likely to get a veteran.
Here's my thing.
So, look, this is what they're going to do. They're going to draft Micah Parsons here. He's the best linebacker on the board. He's one of the best pass rushers in this draft. He's the most complete defensive player in this draft. They don't need a corner anymore because they already went out and fleeced Kyle Fuller in free agency and signed Ronald Darby. This makes so much sense for Denver if he falls into their lap.
Here's my problem with this, okay? A, they do need a line, but I don't think that's where if those two top guys are there. Here's my thing, okay? And I just realized this earlier before we talked about this pick, okay? If Carolina's here, I don't think Carolina trades up anymore. Here's why, okay? Atlanta, don't need a quarterback. We just talked about that. Cincy, drafted theirs last year. Miami, drafted theirs last year. Detroit.
Trading for theirs this year.
Trade for theirs this year, okay? So 3 of your guys, as long as you like 4 of them, you're getting a QB at Carolina. Like I said, we have field
No,
trade.
unless someone trades up. They're going to hear rumors about some team's going to try and trade up. Like, I hate to keep saying the Bears. They're just the first one that comes to mind. Ryan Pace is beyond aggressive to a fault. You know, like he's going to call them.
Will he do the right thing and trade up for one of these top QBs though?
No.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's going to sit on Andy Dalton, and he'll be fired.
And he's not going to trade back for picks.
And you know what?
And
honestly, I don't
Yeah.
really want – it depends. It depends on the quarterback we're trading up for. If it's not Zach Wilson or Justin Fields –
there's no point. Because Trey Lance is a big if. Even though I do think he actually has potential, he can have like a kind of a Lamar type of essentially like the first year rough, the second year under a good coaching staff
he ran the fastest pro day 40 since RG3. Now, granted, Lamar didn't run his, but that says something about it.
Trey Lance did? What did he run?
Not Trey
No,
Lance,
Justin
Fields.
I'm talking about Trey Lance.
Oh.
Trey Lance could be like have that little ascension as like how Lamar was, or like even kind of like Russell Wilson. You make him a game manager, but once he gets smarter with the game, the NFL game, you give him more on his play, and he does more. But you know,
This is the pick you've been waiting for.
oh yes. Honestly,
number 10, Dallas.
I know who you're taking. Well, I don't know who you're taking. I know who they're taking.
Yeah.
Okay. If I was going off of what we think, honestly, think we there's a lot of O linemen. We need some O line help, but you talk about my boy. You got there's 3 corners in this draft that are top.
Yeah.
Surtain.
100%.
Oh, you see, this is why this makes this pick interesting.
Warren
Oh, you
or
already took
Fairley?
Michael Parsons. These are the 4. I think honestly, if this is the new Cowboys, I mean, the old Cowboys are old and how they usually do things. They take Patrick Surtain just because he came out of Bama. But if you really want a good corner, you take J.C. Horn. But I think they're going to take Patrick Surtain.
And they've already got an Alabama corner on the other side. They reunite it. That's exactly what they do. So we're going to go through these top 10 picks real quick just to reiterate it to make sure everyone knows what's going on. We have Jacksonville taking Trevor Lawrence first. Zach Wilson going to the Jets with the number 2 overall pick. San Francisco made this massive deal to trade up because they love Trey Lance. Take him at 3. Atlanta will most surely trade this pick. But in this mock draft with no trades, we have them taking Kyle Pitts at 4. Cincinnati at 5 gets the best offensive tackle in this draft, Sewell. The best prospect, at least. We don't know if he'll be the best lineman. And to help Joe Burrow, Miami gets the second best in Slater out of Northwestern. Detroit takes the best player on the board with Jamar Chase.
Okay.
Carolina gets their quarterback Justin Fields to sit behind Teddy Bridgewater for a year. Micah Parsons goes to Denver to make that defense one of the scariest in the AFC. And then Dallas gets Patrick Surtain.
Just because based off the
Round
name
out
of
their
Alabama.
defense.
Well, can I ask you something before we go to break?
Yep.
With the San Francisco pick, based off of Mac Jones' pro day, we can rule him out. He's not going to the top 10 at least.
I honestly think he goes to Denver, but that's just my opinion.
No, Mac Jones won't go to – Denver's struggling with a young quarterback already. They're not going to draft another one. They're waiting on the potential of Drew Lock. They're way more likely to get a veteran.
I think you let Drew Lock play, and whatever happens. If y'all have a bad record, guess what? Sam Howell out of North Carolina is going to be there next year. So
yeah, there's some moves. And if you make a defense and you make a team around them, they can make him good enough.
I like that pick. I think that's the best, but I honestly think there's a QB there. They take him.
Could happen. Yeah. So now on to the next pick. The Giants pick at 11. They got their Kenny Golladay. We had them taking Jalen Waddle in the first mock draft. Obviously, that's not going to happen anymore. They got Kenny Golladay. What do you think in DC?
See, now here, the Giants are in a good spot for their first round pick. Okay, they need some O-line help. They need some corner help.
They need some interior O-line.
They need some interior O-line. Yeah,
especially because Zeidler is on the Ravens now.
Mm-hmm.
They
gotta boost it. Plus, I mean, get your quarterback, protect them, and we're tired of seeing Saquon hitting the backfield and the only way he gets stats is when he explodes and breaks 6 tackles. Let's get him a legit O-line and then watch him become a Hall of Famer.
Zaquan? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
I
here,
thought you said Daniel Jones. I was about to fight you on that. Hall of Fame.
No.
I am not a
I know they
Daniel
think
Jones
he's
fan.
the next Eli, and maybe, but no.
Gettleman's got problems.
So
If he
here,
thinks
I
he's
mean,
Eli.
like we said, we all agree here. Elijah Bear Tucker, interior O-line.
Yeah,
Now,
I
the nice
agree.
part about him here is he's versatile. He's played around the line. So he plays inside. Yes, he's dominant on the inside, but he's played tackle. So if you need to move him around, like the Chiefs problem they had in the Super Bowl where they had to move all these O-line around, it just didn't work. You have flexibility. Plus, he's a stud. Put him on the inside. They need inside.
Plus, they need this offense to work.
Yes,
They've signed Kenny Galladay. They've signed John Ross.
Mhm.
They've got Daniel Jones, who they're
Sterling
leaning on
Shepard's
for a
still
third
there.
year.
They re-signed John Ross. Can't catch the ball to save his
They
life.
signed John
deep
Ross.
threat, and you have Sterling Shepard.
But he's just basically a faster version of Ted Ginn.
He's
What
a
I'm
number
saying,
3 receiver. That's
but
his
look,
job.
look. But what I'm saying is they've went out and they've spent a lot of money
That's
on
fair.
this offense, and they need it to work.
Mhm.
Gettleman is going to be fired if this offense is poor.
Running backs back. They have their quarterback. They say is a stud.
But you know, but,
hold on. Running backs back.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They got their quarterback. They think is their future. They now have their number 1, 2, and 3 receivers, and now they need to build the O-line.
Can I say something? So offense may work with a good old line, but guess who's the OC?
We know who the OC is.
Who's the OC? Why don't you say it? Just say it.
It's your boy.
Jason
boy from the
freaking
Cowboys.
Garrett. So it's so predictable. That's like, come on now. Like honestly, that offense only works unless you have a dominant O line. So saying that offense needs to work, you can't put that all on the GM. That dude actually you can't because he hired Jason Garrett. So I mean,
They're gonna, and Joe Judge is the head coach who hired him too. That's
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. That's how the NFL works. Philadelphia at 12. They made this deal because they knew that Jamar Chase would be off the board. I guess in this mock draft he's still on at 6, and Detroit takes him at 7. But I don't know if that actually happens. Philadelphia, they either like Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle. I think you got to go with the Heisman winner. You need something good in Philadelphia right now. They're going to go Devontae Smith, I think. I think he's better than Jalen Waddle, too. Waddle's like a better NFL prospect because of how he runs routes, his size. But I think Devontae Smith is going to be better in the long run. And you look at Waddle, you think he's more versatile because, look, Devontae Smith weighs 170 pounds. That's why people are worried about him. They've got question marks on him. I am not slandering Devontae
Jalen
Smith.
Hurts.
I think he's a dog, but that's what's going to happen.
What?
Jalen
Jalen
Hurts.
Hurts weapons.
Yep.
I would take Jalen Waddle. Okay, Jalen Waddle is what is going to be what people thought Henry Ruggs is supposed to be.
I like Jalen Waddle, but I like Jalen Waddle better. But I'd understand Devontae Smith.
Okay, I'll give you that.
He's quick. He's versatile.
No, and
You already have Jalen Rager's not bad. He just hurt a lot last year.
Yeah, and I think in Devontae Smith, he, like I said the first, I had them taking. I actually don't know if I had him taking Devontae Smith. Either way, Devontae Smith seems like Deshaun Jackson to me a little bit too.
Okay,
Get some swagger in there with Jalen Hurts. Get him something.
Exactly. Give him a Heisman winner.
it's my pick right here.
Los Angeles Chargers,
So-
13.
I have 2 ways they can go. Obviously, O lineman to protect Justin Herbert.
Even with their free
But,
agency, they can use
let's
some
say
O-line.
they still got Mike. They still got Mike Williams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They signed some people.
They
in
can
free
use
agency, right?
a slot wide receiver.
I was
but
finna
they've got
say
their
that.
guys. Oh
You're not gonna- no, you're
no!
not.
They got bigger needs. They got
Dude,
bigger
they have way
needs.
bigger needs.
I don't think they
They
go
need
Waddle.
corner more than they
So
need.
look. I have on their needs for the Chargers, right? They need an offensive tackle bad,
Agreed.
and all they want to do is help.
But how do
Herbert.
you pass him on Jalen Waddle if he's there though?
How do you
dog?
How do you pass?
Because you
on
need
JC Horn?
Farley. You need.
How do you pass
How
on
do you pass
JC
him
Horn
on?
if he's
How do you
there?
pass him on Jalen Waddle, dog?
So you're gonna draft a number 2, maybe 3 receiver
makes-
over a starting edge or corner.
Look what the Cowboys did. CeeDee Lamb
The
did.
Chargers
did
are
wonders.
smarter than the Cowboys.
That's fair.
The only thing that
But he
makes
was
sense though.
no. The Cowboys actually did something smart. CeeDee Lamb was probably one of the best receivers on that board when they got. He was the
They
best
don't
player on
need
that board.
him, though.
He got
Here's-
there. So they just okay. I'll give you J.C. Horn.
JC
I'll
Horn.
give you J.C. Horn.
Okay, JC Horn for the Chargers. You know what? And Waddle's not too crazy because they've got They got Stanley. They got a new offensive coordinator as their head coach.
That's why
You
I
might
said.
want some new weapons. I think they don't pass.
Because
on
what? Mike Will's gonna want a big contract soon. He's gonna want some money soon. So you get off of him, and then you pair him up with Keenan Allen the year after. You know, and you lost Hunter Henry.
You did lose.
Honestly, if they probably, you know what they should probably do? I'll trade in the top 10 and go. I'll trade with Dallas and go get Pitts.
No.
Well, we got Pitts at.
They're not going to trade.
I know, but I think that's tangent. That's tangent on if Atlanta trades down.
If Atlanta trades down, Pitts might fall.
Hold on. Okay, they're not trading up for a tight end, but I don't think. I mean, I like J.C. Horn here. They do need corner help a lot more than they need wide receiver help. But here's my thing. Okay, you get your quarterback and you protect him. Okay,
they've been protecting him all free agency.
And yeah, that's true. They still need an outside O line. And I think it's hard to pass on Darisaw.
This is the first. Oh, Darisaw's going to fall, I think. I think there's better offensive tackles.
Kevin Jenkins, Samuel Cosme, both there.
Yep, but here's what's going on, though. This is the first pick in this entire draft where none of us are at a consensus for.
Yep.
So this is your pick. Do you still think that they're taking Waddle? I don't want to talk you out of your pick in your mock. Or do you think they're taking J.C. Horn?
Realistically, I mean, I can see, like I said, I can see them going 3 ways with this pick.
Exactly.
O-line. Horn.
It's a good spot to be in.
Give me Waddle. I'm going.
All right, so we're taking Waddle off the board then.
Because I don't see how you pass up. Like honestly, I don't see how Philly passes up on. I would take because if you look at the stats before Jalen Waddle broke his ankle, he was having a better year than Devontae Smith. Then he got hurt, and Devontae Smith took over. That's when he started catching fire. But I don't see how you pass on Jalen Waddle, man. I honestly don't. I don't see. I mean, you can't. Like, I wouldn't have fought him for taking J.C. Horn or Caleb Farley. I wouldn't have fought him for taking an offensive lineman with this pick.
Not a bad way to go, really.
Yeah, there's really not a bad way you could go with this pick.
And they don't have, oh my gosh, I really need, like most of the teams in the top partner.
Exactly.
You probably get an O-line just to protect Herbert better, but I mean, you know. Yeah. He's a big guy. He thought people off like Big Ben, like he used to when Big Ben was younger.
Exactly. You know? All right, Minnesota, who you got at 14?
Okay, Minnesota.
I think they need O-lineman.
I do think they need O-lineman. I don't know if they go.
Minnesota, they need an edge.
Yeah.
I think they get an edge. I think they get the best edge in this draft. So
I don't know. This could go either way. I like Kwity Paye and I like Greg Rousseau. I even like Jalen Phillips, the kid from Miami.
Rousseau and Phillips are both from Miami.
Yeah, exactly. Miami had a good pass rush.
Miami had a great pass rush.
Yeah, I think they go edge here. Plus, you have your quarterback, you have wide receivers, you have an O-line, you have one of the best running backs in the league. You don't need O-line. You need a defense to attack.
Their defense was bad too, and Mike Zimmer wants some new toys. Man.
And yes, we've all established.
And Hunter, you got to be worried because Hunter might want might want to get traded or new deal soon.
Okay. Who's the corner? How you pass on Caleb Farley?
They don't need corners as bad.
They got Patrick Peterson in free agency. Their secondary is young.
Patrick Peterson.
The problem though is their secondary is young and they need more experience. They're not going to go younger at secondary.
And hold on. Their quarterback, like we like him, right?
Yeah, he's fair. Yeah, he's great.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, we love him, but he's not going to win shootouts. So if you're going to let the other team's quarterback throw 400 yards a game because he has 4 seconds to sit in that pocket, you're going to get screwed over every game.
That's fair.
That's their big problem. Wouldn't it make Green Bay a lot more competitive if Aaron Rodgers didn't have forever to throw that football?
That's fair. Yep. Who are you taking, DC?
Greg Rousseau.
Okay, I think so too. Gregory Rousseau out of Miami.
I like Kwity Paye too, but I think they go Greg.
I think Gregory Rousseau's better.
Do you put him in the dirt then? Because I think they run the 4-4. He's a stand-up guy. I think.
Oh.
Does he play in the dirt? Did he put his hands in the dirt?
Pretty sure he does all of it.
Okay, then.
I'm
pretty sure he does all of it.
Freak athlete on the pass rush. It doesn't matter.
Oh, never mind. I think he does. He's 6'7", 265. He put his hand in the dirt. So, yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
he does 4-3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so, too.
New England, baby.
New England.
Oh.
Don't say Mac Jones.
There's memes going on about Mac Jones and him at the pro day. And
he shook his head at him.
That's what I'm saying. He shook his head. Look. I don't think they take Mac Jones here. They've got Cam in the system. Mm-hmm. They're looking for more of a mobile quarterback. And honestly, they want to give Cam another year. I think they believe in Cam. They draft a quarterback late if they draft a quarterback this year. I think Mac Jones continues to fall unless a team trades up for him.
Okay, that's fair.
Now, I'm looking at the Patriots right now. Their need is a young quarterback, a corner, because they've got really old corners right now, and Stephon Gilmore might leave. You also
might as well on a contract though.
Yeah, but he's on his last year of
That's
it,
fair,
and he's going to
okay.
need a massive extension. He was kind of hurt last year. I don't know if they'll do it. Plus, I know you got J.C. Jackson, but McCourty's old too.
Okay.
I think they get J.C. Horn here.
Okay. Yeah. So
That's the
I seen a
Patriots.
mock draft with him getting them right here.
Yeah, J.C. Horn makes sense here. You know, you get a young corner, and this when this defense competes with the big money that they spend on offense.
And again, Dante Hightower back this year from the COVID reserve list.
Yeah.
They're getting a few people back that was key from the defense
that
year
opted
before.
out.
He doesn't have to walk into a crappy secondary and be the number one guy. He has time to develop underneath arguably one of the best corners in the league.
That's fair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And J.C. Horn, he's got him specifically. He's got all the talent.
Mm-hmm.
He's
He's
a
very
great-
physical. Very physical.
The only problem is sometimes he's too physical and gets burned on the back end.
and that happens.
And that happens, and that's why he gets to learn.
And
those.
you know,
doesn't need to
you know
be
who
the
I
number
see
one.
him. You know
No.
who I see him being like.
He's got to be their number 3.
And I think he's horribly underrated. People don't realize how great of a corner he is. Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters, man, is one of the top 5 corners in his league.
Oh,
He
not
has
top
been-
5, not top
Bro.
5. I think he's underrated too, not top 5. Here,
yeah.
save that for another
It's like,
time. We got to
Eddie
keep
Jackson's
going in this
underrated. I
draft.
don't think he's top 5.
We got to keep.
Hold on, but
I think
quick
Eddie
sidetrack.
Jackson's top 5, but I'm a Bears fan, so of course
Marcus
I do.
Peters was a first
I think
team
Marcus
All-Pro
Peters top
last
5.
year. Come on now, like that.
All right,
not this last season, the year
all right.
before that. Come on now, man.
We gotta keep
Simmer
going.
down. Simmer down.
Okay,
All right, you got Arizona here.
Another day, but
Arizona
Is this my
here.
pick?
No, this is Dante's.
Arizona.
Now
Oh,
this
dude,
is
I
you're
know
just
where this
talking
is.
about your boy out of Virginia Tech.
No, I think you go O line right here.
Really?
Got to. Kyler takes too many hits in that
They
system,
don't
man.
need. Well,
No, I don't think they just
they need interior.
they got a center. They do need. They
but
do
with
need an
Elijah
offensive
Tucker
guard.
off the board, they don't need.
There's some other interior guys though that are pretty good. There's some interior O linemen.
I don't think my problem is who else on the interior is up to a what is this 15th 16th pick?
That's fair because you can always.
I think
I like
so.
Wyatt
Look,
Davis. I don't
so
know if
look,
Wyatt
they
Davis
might.
is high.
This might be a spot where you trade down then in our mock
think
draft
so.
for
I think
someone who's
you would
trying to
trade
reach up
down.
for Mac Jones.
No.
Yes, no, I think you do have to. man.
If Mac Jones isn't off at this point, they might trade down.
You
But
trade down and take Tevin Jenkins.
but look,
No.
you look at it. You look at it
You
right
guys
now.
are missing it.
What do you think? You think they need a
Caleb
corner?
Farley.
That's
They
what I
did
said.
it.
No. I said this before. You'll hear it on the podcast. I said your boy out of Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
I knew it was
exactly.
coming.
I heard that.
But
I figured that's where
this
we're
is
going.
Dante's pick. I think that's where we're going too. But we'll see.
Let me see.
What do you think? They also can take the best defensive tackle off the board. D tackle's another big need for them.
I'll give you Caleb Farley.
Caleb Farley?
Yeah, they got to.
And you talked about him being injury.
He had a
Who?
little injured. Well,
Yeah, or the
he's
ankle,
supposed
man.
to be back by spring camp though. Like he's
Who?
not supposed to miss.
Caleb Farley. I
Yeah.
was talking about Kyler Murray got hurt with the ankle last year.
Yeah. I think Farley makes sense though because Arizona they lost Patrick Peterson. I know he's old.
But I think you trade down
But
this
that's
spot right
huge.
here.
They-
not with their cute.
They could trade down.
They
Well,
could.
yeah.
And if you get Chicago wanting to move up, and they're willing to offer this and like a second.
But why would you? But if I was Chicago, I would. To be honest, I would. Your boy, A&M.
Kellermond?
I'll take Kellermond over Mac Jones.
I think I like Kellermond in the second round a lot.
So do I too.
And I like Kyle Trask too.
If I would rather take Kellermond in the first round than take Mac Jones in the
But
first
would
round.
Chicago's GM, who loses his job if they don't do something quickly, rather take?
He did, man. He thinks Andy Dalton's a big win.
Yeah, he said that.
He thinks Andy Dalton's a
He
big
said
win.
that after they pursued like 12 other quarterbacks.
I don't know. That'd be kind of crazy. Las
No, but I get what
Vegas.
you're saying. I do.
Las Vegas.
I think they had to take an old line. Bro, they lost literally
This one's
almost
yours,
every single
DC.
one they started old lineman. You traded Trent Brown. You traded Rodney. I think it's Rodney Hudson to the Arizona Cardinals. You got to take old lineman here. There's no.
I don't know. I think their defense is so bad. I know they lost a lot of O linemen, but if they get enough to field,
Honestly, I think they're sabotaging Derek Carr. Like it makes no
Straight up.
excuse what they.
it's just like Gruden doesn't like him, so
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no,
make
no,
him
no.
play bad this year so we can trade him.
No. See what your guys' problem is you're trying to think logically. We've established the Raiders don't know what the hell they're doing, and they have a coach on contract for a while.
10 years, 100 million.
10 years. Yeah.
Mhm.
So a
This
dude
is
that
what,
been
year
out the
3
booth
of him?
for a while. We be out the game.
They got a
the
whole
coaching
decade
game for a
of him.
while.
What do you think?
I don't know. They need D-line. They need linebackers. That's
yeah.
where we're at with it. And
I think
there's
so,
good
too.
D-line and there's good linebackers here. But I don't think they go D-line. I don't. Well, I don't.
What do you think?
Quiddy Pay still.
No, yeah, he is. But I don't.
You need O lineman more than you need a D lineman.
Quiddy Pay is going to Miami next pick.
Yeah, he is. Oh yeah.
What are you thinking though for the
Who do
Raiders?
you think is going right here then?
Owusu Karamoa, linebacker.
From Notre Dame.
From Notre Dame. Yeah, that's a good pick. I think they end up getting.
I think they need an
I think they end up
lineman,
getting.
dog.
I can't even pronounce this guy's name.
Who's it?
Levy Onwuajuice, the
Oh,
Washington.
yeah.
Yeah, the Washington defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Oh, Levy on. I got some African friends who'll be mad at me.
Right.
Levi, you goof.
That's what I said.
He said
You said
Levy.
Levy.
Oh, hey,
Hey.
okay, all right. I knew it was
Levi.
My bad.
On
No.
Ruke. I'm sorry.
Onwuajuice.
Ruza right.
Ruserreich.
Onwuajuice.
All right, we gotta Google
Oh,
him.
wow,
real quick.
good job. Actually,
you-
it
you-
is on Ruza
right?
right. Yeah,
Ruza
on Ruza right.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's a blooper right there.
Notre Dame linebacker. Like we said, they need defense. Khalil Mack, I know that we talked about after the trade, they're like, look, see, the Raiders are still doing good. But they don't know what they're doing. And I think young, talented defense to come in on the other side of the ball
Okay.
until that they can finally admit they need to rebuild and they can trade their quarterback to a team that's a quarterback away, like
That's
the
fair.
Raiders. Like you said, Derek Carr would nice.
I think they are. I think.
I
Linebacker.
think that's the pick. Miami's pick here is so easy. Look,
Yeah.
they're
To be
here.
honest,
They're gonna take the best player on the board, and this player feels a need of them.
Who's
It's Quiddy Pay.
Quiddy Pay.
Quiddy Pay is an edge. Look, they're gonna take either Gregory Rousseau or Quiddy Pay, whichever one falls to
Okay.
him. Edge from Michigan. Quiddy Pay makes a lot of sense here. For Miami.
hey, with the 19th pick right here, I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting in the.
No, that's all I gotta say about Miami. It's an easy pick. 19 Washington football team.
You know, we talking about Derek Carr, and I honestly think a Washington is a QB away. With all their stuff, I think they're a QB away, and I don't know. No,
Mac Jones.
No,
Okay, hold on.
All
I
right.
know-
So
I
they
know-
got Fitzpatrick.
because
they've got
remember
the
they already
GOAT.
said they're already letting Fitzpatrick and Heineke compete for that starting job.
But is that what they're
But you're
saying?
telling me if he falls this far, most people have 5 quarterbacks going in the top 10. But you're telling me you don't add that? You can let him sit behind Fitzpatrick.
Look, you got to think about it like this too. Are they saying that's that way other teams that are behind them who really want a quarterback don't trade up? So that way Pittsburgh doesn't trade up to try and replace Ben Roethlisberger.
I would have not replaced
So
him with
that
Mac
way-
Jones.
So that way Chicago doesn't trade up. Do you
Chicago's
think that
right behind 'em.
You think that they're looking? Do you think that they say that? Or do
I
you
know
think that
you
they
don't
need-
like Mac Jones, but he's going to go in the first round.
Sadly,
You're telling me it's not to Washington here if he falls.
I don't think so, man. I've seen that team is a QB. That team is a veteran QB away from them being the best in the division for at
Think
least 2
Fitzpatrick's
3
gonna-
years.
Fitzpatrick
No,
can make them
too
the best?
inconsistent. I think Taylor Heineke has a better shot than him doing that.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Hey.
But anyway,
Bro,
hold
it's
on,
going
hold
to
on,
be
hold on.
Brady in a neutral site game, basically.
Hold on. Okay, we're going to move on from not picking a quarterback.
But who are you
Um,
taking though? Who are you
This is him.
taking?
This is him.
Did
They
you?
need receivers. They need some line. They need
Washington.
The D-line is
They
set.
need an
tackle.
offensive tackle for real,
Christian
and they need a
Darrisaw.
linebacker too. And there's some good linebackers.
Is Christian Darrisaw still on the board?
He's still there.
Take it, put him.
Holy
Book
crap.
him. Book him. Darrisaw.
How? Remember we all talked about how many tackles are going to go so early?
Christian
I told you they
Darrisaw.
were gonna fall once. Now after all the QB's pro days, I knew that they were gonna fall.
Christian Darrisaw.
There's 2 elite tackles, and the rest of them they're all gonna start falling.
Yeah, it's not like last year where there's like 12 that can start.
All
Even
right,
though there's 2 that are really good, but
DC,
Okay.
you got 20.
Oh, yeah, last year's draft was a good tackle draft.
I
Goal
remember.
line draft for me.
I remember this pick.
Chicago.
And our first draft, obviously,
wanna get
if you-
this one?
If you've watched this
Hold on.
episode, we had Chicago. He had them take Trey Lance, and I'm not high on Trey Lance. And this is before Andy Dalton. This is before Mitchell Trubisky was officially released. And I thought this was dumb because they didn't fill up a single O-line spot.
Honestly, I think we should let our boy over here pick it.
No. Keep the order. DC, what you got?
No, because it's got to. Okay, so last time I had Trey Lance. Obviously, he's not there. Okay. So let's go through some Chicago
Don't say Mac
needs.
Jones, bro.
Hold on. I'm gonna need D Hall to go with me through some Chicago needs.
Chicago needs.
Okay.
All right. So obviously,
Just go one at a time, and I'll explain it.
their first needs a quarterback.
Okay.
Their second needs a quarterback. Their third needs a quarterback. They need an offensive tackle.
Okay. We'll start right there. Offensive tackle. Those 3 guys are off. The rest of them, we aren't sure if they're first-round talent.
Who's next?
Can we agree on that?
There's another tackle, dude.
There's another tackle. There's
Jalen Mayfield from Michigan.
You really gonna put Jalen Mayfield? He's not. He's number 7. Cosme's ahead of him. Tevin Jenkins ahead of him. I don't know if
I don't know. It's up to you. But I'm saying, look, they need a new corner.
They do.
Now that they lost Kyle Fuller,
There's no need to run him
which
back.
is so sad. No, we got
let me-
Damian Williams, who we signed, and David Montgomery.
Let me ask you this: if this GM drafts a quarterback,
They need a wide receiver. real
hold
bad,
on. Yes, they do. If this GM drafts a quarterback and he comes in and he plays like some people think Mac Jones will, he's still there because they're going to go, he drafted our guy. If he doesn't and they draft a wide receiver, he's gone no matter what. We talked about them needing to do something big, and clearly it didn't work. And I told you all the way through these picks, are you seriously going to let them keep falling? And I know you got mad that I drafted a quarterback last time, but that's because Vera Tucker was still on the board. You know, that's why you're looking at me with I get it. You don't want to. Just like I don't want us to take Wilson there.
No.
Quarterback.
No.
Mac
No.
Jones. He's going to go.
No.
Hold on.
If Mac Jones is around with Chicago at 20, they're definitely taking
Hold
Mac
on,
Jones.
I'll give you
Hold on.
that.
So they said Andy Dalton is their guy, right?
Yes.
And we talked
They
about
made
how
a huge Twitter post about it.
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
it was
they went
gorgeous.
QB1 exclamation point bear down, and it's a picture of Andy Dalton horribly photoshopped in a Chicago Bears uni.
And here's my thing. He is. I don't doubt that for a second.
What?
Andy Dalton. Unless
I
he
feel
screws
bad.
up.
I feel bad for Andy Dalton because I don't hate the guy at all.
He's
but
a great dude, but he's not.
We need a playmaker, a quarterback to make up for our lack of weapons.
And
we
Mac
got a
Jones is
game
and Mac
manager.
Jones.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
that's another game manager, man.
Hold on. You got a same Tua and Fitzmagic situation. If your rookie comes in and looks like a stud because the veteran's not holding it up, he's still got a guy he can play behind. Patrick Mahomes did great behind Alex Smith. It's there. And if Mac Jones falls all the way to 20, which he won't, y'all messed up on your first pick.
He's that mad about it.
No, he gets it. That's his
No,
problem.
I'm sad. That's straight up sad. I think if I'm making this pick, the Bears are 100% taking Mac Jones.
Yeah, with their track record, I can see them doing that.
They're definitely doing that.
But it's not the smartest.
It's not the
is.
smartest. Them signing Andy Dalton was not the smartest.
They
Them
should have kept
ignoring
Kyle
their
Fuller.
constant needs all the time.
Your
It's not
problem
the
is
smartest. them
you
cutting
waited
Kyle
till-
Fuller is not the smartest.
Yeah.
They're doing everything. I'm
Them
telling
letting
you,
Mr.
And there's-
Trubisky
hold on.
go.
they heard me say that the Eagles front office is the most dysfunctional in football, and they're just trying to dog race them right now. They're trying to pass the
I
Eagles.
honestly
right now.
think if you keep Kyle Fuller, and then who was it?
Give me a Chicago need that's bigger than Mac Jones.
There's
Because
not.
you're dogging on this pick.
There's
so
not.
I-
There's not. There's literally
I
not.
don't
I'd
like
rather
it
take
either.
a running
I
back at
agree
20.
with
I'm gonna have to hear about Mac Jones being such a bust, and he's gonna be crap.
Bro,
And my dad's
take
a
Kellen-
Bears fan,
I'd
so
rather
I'm gonna
take-
hear Mac Jones' name more.
I
times
would
in my
rather
life.
take Kellen Mond over Mac Jones.
Nobody else does.
See, I like that too.
I agree with it too,
So look,
but nobody else will.
all right. So just to recap, 11 through 20, I can't even talk about this pick anymore. I can't talk about the Bears anymore. They suck. All right, 11 is the Giants, and we have them taking Elijah Vera Tucker, best interior lineman in the draft. Philadelphia at 12 gets Devontae Smith, the Heisman winner. 13, the Chargers. The Chargers take Jalen Waddle, but we don't know exactly who they're taking there. They can go a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, we have them taking Gregory Rousseau, best edge rusher in the draft, him or Pitts, or Kwity Paye, who goes later in this round. We've got then the Patriots taking J.C. Horn at corner. Arizona goes back-to-back corners with Caleb Farley. And then the Raiders, they get the linebacker out of Notre Dame, Jeremiah Owusu-Karamoah out of Notre Dame. Then Miami gets Kwity Paye, edge out of Michigan. Washington football team gets Darisaw, offensive tackle out of Virginia Tech. And then Chicago gets Mac Jones out of Alabama.
I think these two are flopped. If we're being realistic, I think Washington takes one.
You think
If
Washington
Mac
takes
Jones
Mac
falls,
Jones?
He doesn't.
I don't
fall
see
to
the dude that took Cam Newton taking Mac Jones. I don't see the dude that took Cam Newton taking Mac Jones. I
don't
can't
know.
see Ron Rivera doing that, man.
Could.
I don't know. I think if Mac Jones,
Help Tua to sit behind him.
there's
Wouldn't
so
help
Mac
But
Jones.
Tua is a better player than Mac Jones, though.
Some team is going to trade up in the top 10 and take Mac Jones. We just don't know who it is.
Devontae Smith was on crack for saying that.
He's a second-round quarterback and an ideal quarterback.
This is an ideal
year.
quarterback
It is.
year.
It's perfect for quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, this is an ideal quarterback
Yeah.
year, but there's so many
Zach Wilson declared.
there's so many top picks. There's top QBs in the draft. That's why.
It's hard. It's extremely
Because in a
hard.
normal year, he'll be ranked higher than what he is.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Like last year, he would have been ranked higher than what he is.
Mm-hmm. Now on to Indianapolis at 21. Look, Indianapolis, they don't have a whole lot of needs.
They need a DB.
They do need corner.
Look. So they do need corner, but
receiver.
I was thinking wide receiver.
Ooh.
Look, I was thinking wide receiver. You help your boy Carson Wentz out, but they just need some more pass rush. They really do, and they've got a spot
They
for
got
another edge
DeForest
player,
Buckner.
and they got a spot for an edge player on the other
That's true.
side too.
That's fair.
Look,
And T.Y.
and you
Hilton's
look
back.
at it, Jalen Phillips is nice
Yeah.
if he falls here. So I think they get Jalen Phillips at 21.
I need to think of
I could
receiver.
also see them going somewhere with receiver, but I don't know. I think Rashad Bateman's my best receiver on the board at this point, and I think you take Phillips over him. Tennessee 22.
It's me.
Yep.
Okay, so I think they go receiver right here because they lost Corey Davis, and
I think so too.
I don't.
And Johnny Smith.
I honestly do not know why people do not like Kadarius Toney. I don't.
From Florida, right?
Yeah,
Kadarius Toney?
people are not. Some people are. Some people see how good he was. He's such a game changer, man.
He's good.
Only reason why he didn't have. Only reason why I think he would be ranked higher if Kyle Pitts was on his team.
Mhm.
Kyle Pitts is taking his target.
And, okay, is
targets.
Kyle Trask a stud or is it his talent around?
His
him?
talent around him.
Exactly.
I say it's Kadarius Toney. I go Kadarius Toney right here.
So
That's a nice contrast of that big physical receiver AJ Brown. You put him in a slot and he would just go to work.
Kadarius Toney, he's the number 6 wide receiver on my board,
Who you have?
but
higher
they're
than him?
so interchangeable. So I got obviously. So I got Jamar Chase at 1, Devontae Smith 2, Jalen Waddle 3. I got Rashad Bateman 4 out of Minnesota. The one that you're going to dog me for is I got Ronald Moore out of Purdue.
I like Ronald Moore. No,
I do like-
him.
you like
I like
Ronald
Ronald Moore.
Yeah.
This
I like
is
Ronald Moore.
if it wasn't such a quarterback draft, we'd see a lot of receivers go.
And honestly, I think him being there, I think he's about as tall as Tyreek. I don't think Tyreek Hill is 5'10".
And he went to Purdue, so it's like he's not going to get the hype that your Alabama's. Your
Yeah.
LSU's got.
Exactly. I think Ronald Moore is good
That
too.
dude did in Ohio a good Ohio State defense at 5'7".
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
and he bounces off of tackles.
Exactly. Nope. And PJ Fleck, it's not like he's an offensive mastermind either. Like he really excels.
PJ Fleck's at Minnesota. It's Rashad Bateman.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. That goes for him too. But
PJ Fleck is a good coach. He turned around in that Minnesota program.
Oh yeah. No, he's great. I think the row the boat, the everything. Minnesota.
Roll the boat.
Not like that Minnesota basketball program. They're gonna need to make some changes. They got a new coach coming in sometime soon. All right, Jets 23. What
Okay.
we got DC?
DC.
So initially, I always thought they were going to go wide receiver at this pick.
Okay.
But they got.
I was thinking that too, but then
Corey Davis.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Jamison Crowder. Okay. We have our guy we took last year.
Denzel
Denzel
Mims.
Mims.
Denzel Mims a stud.
That
and
was
we
a
got
steal.
Keenan
Out of
Cole
Baylor.
from Jacksonville,
Okay.
who's their number 1, who's now our number 4.
So
Chark was their number 1, but
That's true.
yes.
But he's still.
oh, you always say that with Jacksonville.
Yeah, because everyone
we have-
forgets about DJ Chark, and DJ Chark's a dog.
He is,
Right.
he is.
Fun fact about DJ Chark. I know his cousin. That's hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But
that's Dante knows DJ Chark's cousin.
so I would really
That's
like. I mean, if we didn't go so heavy in wide receiver, this would be a Rashad Bateman easy.
Okay.
But we need O-line still.
I think I need a running back.
There's
You know that.
yes,
They say
yes,
a
and
running
I
back.
think as far as talent in the draft,
Yeah, I need a running
these
back.
guys are studs. But we're not going running back here. We got Damian Williams,
That's fair.
so whoever it'd be would be splitting that off, and we're not going to pay a running back just to draft one. It's not in the first. I think we take one later. But here I have us going. It's tough. I was really hoping Darisaw would fall. If we're being honest with you, I probably should have told you guys he was such a stud.
Well, he is a stud.
He is a stud. Tevin Jenkins or Samuel Cosme. This is tough.
Say Tevin Jenkins.
I do.
How you pass up on a name named Tevin Jenkins?
You're not getting an edge?
No, because we got what's his name from
I know you got Lawson, but
we got Lawson and we have
from Cincinnati as a free agent. But I think
and we got some linebacker help. We still have Quentin Williams there. We signed.
He's a dog.
We signed.
But
Sheldon
Salah wants
Rankins
new toys.
inside. He does want new toys. That's right. But get your quarterbacks and protect them.
Yeah.
We have a left. We need a right. Sam Darnold had 2.5 seconds to throw the ball every time he stepped back.
That's horrible.
That's
It's
true.
terrible.
All right, who you got?
Here, I gotta go Tevin Jenkins, offensive tackle,
That's fair.
and I like it. I really do.
Yep.
And he can play the other side, so that works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tevin Jenkins is a good
We
pick.
need O-line. That's where it's at. I don't want to talk too much. I know the Jets, and I could babble on forever. But Tevin Jenkins, offensive tackle, Oklahoma State.
All right, on to Pittsburgh now. Wow, Pittsburgh's in a bind. All right, so look, quarterback. They're not going to trade up for a quarterback because they've got Ben Roethlisberger, and there's no way they take one if no quarterbacks on the board in their top 5 here. So they're going to wait till a later round.
Yeah.
I look at it. They need to fix their running game however possible. So that means either get a running back or an offensive tackle. It's
I
hard.
don't know. Wyatt Davis still there too as a guard.
I'll trade back.
See, look, so if I'm Pittsburgh, I'd trade back. But we're doing no trades.
They need an old lineman
Oh,
though.
it would be
A lot of that stuff
so
is
easy.
quick game, man. That's why they did
and
quick games.
do
They couldn't
quick
pass. They
passes.
couldn't.
Yeah, no, and they couldn't run the ball. They were one of the worst rushing
Too
attacks
bad
last
Juju
year.
came back, or you could have just
And
cheaped
look,
out and said,
And he was dumb for doing that. He could have went to the Chiefs, but that's another story. For
All right,
another day.
all right. Who are you taking here?
Who you got, man?
They got Jalen Mayfield out of Michigan here.
Edge?
Or
No.
No,
That's
no.
Jalen Phillips.
Offensive tackle.
okay,
Jalen Mayfield.
Jalen Mayfield.
that's not bad. I do think they need to build up the O line because that's what they did was if you watch a Pittsburgh Steelers game, all they did was short routes.
Yeah, they just run quick games.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Cosby.
All right.
And Cosby's pretty good too. I mean, all
Hey,
these offensive tackles.
Put Cosby at
solid.
the 25 in the 25th pick.
For Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacksonville's just going to get whoever they
Quarterback
can.
and protect him.
Yep.
Yeah, Jacksonville's just going to get
Same.
whoever they can right after it.
Put him mask up.
Just to make sure that everything's all good. They just need to protect Trevor Lawrence. That just makes the most sense to them.
Ooh, 3 back-to-back. And yeah, outside of these top 3 tackles, they could go either way.
Just to clarify, we have our mask up. I was just reminding them.
Yeah, because we're filming it on campus, so it's important. All the COVID, make sure we follow all that to protect our team and the entire community as a whole. 26, Cleveland. Who you got?
It's me, right?
Yep, this is you.
I think okay. So before he says something, I've seen some talk because they think Denzel Ward gets hurt too much. He's injury prone a little bit. So they could go corner. You got Asante Samuel still on the board.
Greg Newsom's still there.
Yeah, Greg Newsom out of Northwestern.
No, if they don't get Javion,
I think they
I think they'll sign Javion Clowney. If not, they need an edge. After that, I think they need a linebacker.
They think they need an edge.
They're about to sign Javion Clowney for it too. I think that
He's
just makes
overrated.
sense. I don't know. What are you thinking?
They have their end. I mean,
Yeah, they probably need some more D tackles.
What do you
right?
think?
They fixed their safeties.
The O line is legit.
So they need some run game stuff. You need to body up the inside.
To be honest, if I was Cleveland,
So who's your pick then?
Christian Barmore, Alabama.
Christian Barmore. He's the defensive tackle.
Yep.
And you like him more than Levy out of Washington?
I do.
Yeah, those.
But that's just, and they're close. But I think, here's the thing. Okay, Pac-12 gets the flashy West Coast offense, run the spread. Okay, SEC, pound it down the middle.
it's not getting. You think that's the way?
How many running backs come out of those the SEC and
The Big Ten.
The Big Ten.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, here, if we go to running backs in this draft, let's see here. We have Alabama, obviously, right? They have Najee. Clemson, Oklahoma. I mean,
What's Trey Sermon on the draft board?
Trey Sermon?
This one's an easy pick for the Ravens. Oh, actually.
Oh, he's like he can be like a second or third rounder.
Oh. I'm looking at this Ravens. Sorry, I'm looking past this pick you guys just made with
I think
Cleveland.
Some-
they
be
gotta
honest, I
take
didn't
a
research
There's
this
no way they don't take a receiver right here, man.
So look. That's what I
That's
think
easy.
too. But the only other thing I'm thinking is Judon's gone and they haven't replaced him.
Matt Judon is gone.
true. So look. So I'm looking. Oh, this is so
Or
hard.
Edge. I'm going to shut up. Rashad Bateman, Wyatt Davis, Jalen Phillips,
Look,
Joseph Osai.
Exactly. So they've got. So I think they either go edge or wide receiver. It's hard because they've got a lot of quality players here. They got Bateman for wide receiver and a ton of edges.
They're not terrible at receiver either.
I think they're gonna go. This is hard to pick between the edges. I'm gonna go Jason Owe out of Penn State. Big Ten, just proven edge player. Worked there with Micah Parsons. I think that's
Do
what
they
they do.
pass on
Away,
Rashad
Penn
Bateman
State?
if he's there, though?
Hold on.
I think they do.
They pass on Phillips, the other Miami guy, and Osai. From
No.
Texas?
Phillips is taken already.
Bro,
We had Phillips.
Bro,
Right?
how do you
No, we
pass
didn't.
up on Rashad
Yeah,
Bateman,
Phillips.
man?
Oh, Phillips.
Yeah, Phillips went to Indianapolis.
They pass on Osai. though?
Look, I love Bateman. I love Bateman. The only problem is I look at the other things in this draft.
And you're not going to spend money on a wide receiver to draft a wide
They need
receiver.
an edge to replace their edge. And the Ravens are one of the best teams in the NFL for coaching edges. They love having young edges.
Hey, to be honest, I just realized something. Oh, never mind. This is another stuff for another day. I don't want to get outside.
Yeah. But that's what I think. So I've got Baltimore taking him. Jason Owe out of Penn State.
Over Osai from Texas.
Yeah,
This
it's
is my pick
close.
right here.
It's close.
It is, and it's opinion.
Yep, New Orleans.
Nolans, baby. I think they need a corner. They released
What's his name got arrested?
Janoris Jenkins. Hey,
Janoris Jenkins. Yeah, Janoris Jenkins. He's on the Titans right now.
Marshall Lattimore. They said
They do need corner help
Yeah,
desperately. Plus,
Yeah.
they're losing
They need
money,
a-
so
they
he
need a
won't be the
corner
only
bad.
corner that goes.
They need a
by.
corner, and their next biggest need is a tight end, and no other tight end should be taken in the first
I
round.
say you take.
Greg Newsom.
You get either.
They also could use an
Ooh.
edge, but there's a lot of edges taken already. I
That's
bet they take a
And they're
corner
gonna have
too.
to flush their defensive secondary here soon.
This is interesting. They've got a couple of guys here that they can pick between. I don't know which one I'd pick out of these corners. There's the fourth and fifth corner in this draft are both pretty close.
Newsom and Asante.
No, he doesn't have any someone.
I don't got either one of those on my board. I got Kelvin Joseph from Kentucky and Aaron Robinson from UCF.
Newsom's not even on this CBS big cornerback ranking either. I wonder what happened. So
It's hard. It's after the first three. There's some big drop off in corner.
Yeah, I give you.
It's really going to go off of preference.
And it's just going to be a need.
I give you
They
another
gotta fill it.
person. Tyson Campbell, a big body out of
Tyson
Georgia.
Campbell.
6'2",
I like
185. Yeah,
So
Tyson Campbell for the Saints.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
He's big, long. So why not?
And we're going to have some of these, holy crap, how did they go here?
Mm-hmm.
Questionable, maybe they should be second rounders. But if they like them, they like them.
Yep.
You played in Georgia.
Played in Georgia. Green Bay.
Wide
29.
receiver 2, this is easy.
Yeah.
Shot Bateman.
Rashad Bateman, if he falls to Green Bay,
It's a wrap. I think it's a
That's
wrap
an
for
easy
Green Bay.
Okay, they talked about it so long. And with how bad you whiffed the last pick and pissed off your quarterback.
Oh yeah, and we were talking about this at lunch. It was me, D Hall, and Gio.
Yep.
We're saying how there's reports that from like Packers players that what's the dude's name? Jordan Love is not even that good.
Yeah.
It was trash.
He wasn't even like you said. You brought up a good point. Too. I think you weren't you? Who was there? Yeah, you were there too. All three of us were there.
All three of us were there.
You brought up a good point. He wasn't even the backup.
No, he was the
third
third string. Jim Boylan? Was that who was ahead of him? Balin? I don't know.
Well, I know they
That's
cared
not a
about.
good thing because you're back up behind Aaron Rodgers anyway.
Yeah, and you irritated them, and they've talked about it forever. Where's their wide receiver 2? They always have the one. Rashad Bateman, he's physical, he's an athlete, and sitting behind one of the best receivers in football might do him some good.
All right. So the Bills, look, they got some needs too. They can use a corner. They can use an edge as well. Trying to think which one I think they could use more. I think the Bills, look, Patrick Mahomes had a field day against them in the AFC Championship. I think they take an edge here. I think they take our boy out of Texas.
Osai.
Out of this last one, Osai, yes.
Yeah,
As an edge. I think another edge. I've taken
Aziz is still there.
but they re-signed
Oh, yeah.
trying to remember the linebacker's name. They signed him back early. Why am I blanking on his name? Help me out here.
Who for who?
Buffalo linebacker
Bills
who they
linebacker.
re-signed.
Matt Milano.
Yep. See, I just had to see your face light up, and I knew what it was.
Yeah.
Matt Milano. They re-signed him. I think they get Joseph Osai off the edge to help solidify this defense. And Buffalo, they could go a couple ways with that pick, but honestly, they got to be building to try and stop Kansas City, and that means you draft defense. That's
Who else
exactly
Kansas
what it
City's
means.
pick?
You do.
You actually do.
Because I finished the last one.
I just thought of them doing something, and y'all can be. No, but I think I can see them doing it.
Kansas City, who you got?
You're not going running back.
Oh no! They
Thank
already got my boy Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I was going to say. Let's see. What else? Corner, maybe?
No.
Linebacker?
That's a-
wide receiver?
that's a-
O-line? Wide receiver. They lost Sammy Watkins.
Yep. So wide receiver.
Rondell
Is
Moore,
Asante
Terrence
Samuel Jr. still on the
Marshall.
board?
Huh?
I think they go two ways: corner or wide receiver. If they're trying to build around Patrick Mahomes, and you got that $10 million contract, they lost. that 10-year contract, and try to build around him for as long as they can. They take receiver, but they really going off what we saw in the Super Bowl with their secondary.
Oh, I know who they take here.
It's either Rashad Bateman, not Rashad Bateman. What's that dude's name? Ronald Moore. You think so?
I do. Look at their line problem.
Why do you think they take
You think they take
I
Wyatt
don't. The
Davis?
offense, the line problem wasn't with the guards. It was with the tackles.
That's true.
And they cleared
Look
that
at How
up.
much fun Tom Brady got to have when he sat there.
I think
I know their tackles.
I think
are
you
bad.
take another speedster. And you take another speedster, and you take what's that boy's name? Ronald Moore.
Ronald Moore.
Ronald
I forgot
Moore
Ronald
from
Moore is
Purdue.
still on
Ronald
this
Moore.
board.
That's unstoppable, man. Him and Tyreek. Actually,
we just talked about because he's from Purdue. He doesn't get anything.
Ronald Moore.
That's okay. All right. I like this pick, especially with Sammy Watkins out. You need your fast guy. He's not going to have to be a number one.
Mm.
Number two.
We got your fast guy. We got three fast guys now. You got Kelvin, Mecole Hardman, Tyreek Hill, and
Now you got
Ronald Moore.
Mecole Hardman can step up, be that number two.
Mhm.
Ronald Moore can come in three as the deep guy. Buccaneers. What do they need? Nothing. They brought
Running back.
everything back. Exactly. Who did I pick with the last pick in the last draft?
Was it Najee Harris?
It was Najee Harris.
I think ETN is a better back. I think he'd be more durable in the
No,
league
they
too.
brought back Leonard Fournette.
Did they
And
really?
they got Ronald Jones. Yeah, they brought back Leonard Fournette. They don't need a
Nah,
running
erase
back.
that.
And they
Erase
got
that.
Ronald
You can't
Jones.
go
No,
with the pick.
No. Tampa
Run-
needs offensive tackle,
Mhm.
defensive tackle before running back.
No.
They don't really need offensive tackle
No,
like
their
that,
defense is stacked. Their defense coordinator's got his things figured out.
Exactly. Why
Clearly,
doesn't he
Tom
get
Brady's having fun.
man.
times
I
back
think
there.
you know
Just
how.
give the
Hold on,
defense
hold on,
another toy.
Hold on. Y'all need to chill for a sec, okay?
Why won't you take Trevon Moore? He got a TCU.
Hold on, okay? How would Tom Brady have so much time to throw it deeper than he's ever done before if their line?
Well,
was
his
up?
arm allowed it though.
He's been doing it. He did it last
But
year.
would his arm allow him to throw as deep as he wanted to? He doesn't have that same arm strength.
No, that's my thing. Is he's transitioning and throwing it deeper.
Why don't you take Trevon Moore though? That's the main thing. They probably need another safety.
So yes, they did re-sign. What's his name?
Antoine Winfield? No,
running back.
Lenny for playoff Lenny.
Leonard Fournette.
That's great. What was the last great thing he did other than stepping up in the playoffs? Wouldn't it be nice if he had a number two back?
That's fair because I don't think he can. I don't
And
think
everyone talks about Najee Harris being like the next. Oh, I got in a Facebook argument with a Jets fan about us not drafting a running back here. But
no.
thank you.
Actually, bro, I think y'all do draft a running back at 23.
There's no
I think
way.
y'all draft ETN.
We have too many needs,
Okay.
and we got Damian Williams. But everyone talks about him being the next stud of the draft. I love Najee Harris. I
don't think he's the best running back in the draft though.
I don't like ETN.
Why not?
ETN's going to be an okay back, but I think Najee's got the best chance to be a stud.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. I'm gonna keep. I think that's the only pick other than Trent. The first and the 32nd stayed the same from our last draft.
So to recap this entire draft, number 1, we got Trevor Lawrence going to Jacksonville. Number 2, Zach Wilson out of BYU to the Jets. Number 3, Trey Lance, San Francisco. Number 4, Atlanta sitting on a gold mine. We have them taking Pitts. Number 5, Cincinnati drafts Sewell. Miami drafts Slater. Detroit at 7 gets Jamar Chase. Carolina gets Justin Fields at 8, who lit his pro day up, by the way. Denver gets Micah Parsons at 9. Dallas gets Patrick Surtain at 10. The Giants get Elijah Vera Tucker, offensive guard. Philadelphia gets Devontae Smith, Heisman winner at 12. Chargers get Jalen Waddle at 13. Minnesota gets Gregory Rousseau at 14. The Patriots get J.C. Horn, corner, 15. Arizona gets back-to-back corner, Caleb Farley. Raiders get the linebacker out of Notre Dame. Miami gets Kwity Paye from the edge. Darisaw goes to Washington at 19. Mac Jones to Chicago at 20. Indianapolis gets Jalen Phillips, also out of Miami, another edge. Tennessee gets Kadarius Toney, wide receiver. New York Giants at 23 gets Tavon Jenkins, offensive tackle. Pittsburgh at 24.
No, New York Jets.
Jets, my bad, at 23. Pittsburgh at 24 gets Jalen Mayfield. Jacksonville at 25 gets Samuel Cosme. Christian Bazemore, defensive line, goes to Cleveland at 26. Baltimore at 27 gets Jason Owe off of Penn State.
Okay.
28, New Orleans get Tyson Campbell. 29, Green Bay gets Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. 30, Buffalo gets Ossie out of Texas. 31, Kansas City gets Ronald Moore, wide receiver, Purdue. And finally, the Super Bowl champions Buccaneers get Najee Harris at running back. That's a long mock draft.
Yeah, you took a time a little bit if you need a break.
Oh, no, we're good. We're going to go right in the final
Need a
minutes.
taco, maybe?
So you guys – I would love a taco right now.
That would be
If only we
great.
had that.
You can be late and not bring tacos.
Yeah. What is
Next
it
time if
Dante?
I'm late and I'm getting food, I will bring y'all stuff. If I have the cheddar to do it.
Remember, no tomatoes.
Oh, I don't know why you don't like tomatoes.
What's wrong with
you got-
tomatoes?
he's got a child's
Tomatoes
taste
are
buds.
delicious.
You got a
Delicious.
child's taste buds.
I said delicious.
What? How? It's a ball of sludge that nobody can tell if it's a fruit.
Oh,
or
stop
vegetable.
talking about tomatoes that way.
I love salsa.
Look, if you
ketchup,
talk
okay.
tomatoes about that way, how can we trust you in sports?
You're a Bears fan. Our
Hey.
quarterback situation's better than yours.
That's rude. That's rude. All right, Dante, final minutes. You get 1 minute, say whatever you want, any sport. No one can interrupt you. Can't do anything about it. Ready? Dante, your first minute starts now.
I think the Cleveland Browns should trade Odell Beckham Jr. The reason why I think that because I've seen the difference between Baker Mayfield with Odell on the field and with him off the field. That his rookie year, when after Hugh Jackson got fired and Odell, all he had was Jarvis. He was spreading the ball around. He wasn't trying to force it to Jarvis. He was doing good. Once they got Odell Beckham, the next year. That's why he had a sophomore slump because he felt like he had to force the ball to Odell. And he wasn't doing good. This year when Odell he wasn't doing that good at the beginning of this year anyways. He was doing all right. But then when Odell Beckham got hurt, he started to do better because you know why? He didn't have to force the ball to Odell Beckham Jr. For the sake of Baker Mayfield's career and the sake of Odell Beckham's career, I think you need to trade him now while he's still valuable on the market for at least a first-round pick. I don't think he's worth 2 first-round picks like he used to be. He's worth 1 now, and I think you need to trade Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, that makes sense to me too.
You won't get a first for him.
I think he will.
He's a second.
You get a low first for him.
Hold on,
He's
look
got to
at
play a healthy season. I
wide
think.
receiver mark. I mean, I know what's his name?
Mark
Deshaun.
Cooper went for it first.
And
though.
Hopkins went for nothing.
It depends on
Amari
how this
Cooper,
draft
that's
goes.
true. That's true.
Depends on how this draft goes.
Like,
I
honestly,
think someone might.
wow, Green Bay, pull the trigger, man. Trade that
Actually,
29 pick for Odell.
hold on. Another reason that would be a good idea is because I think Odell's problem is he's got to get away from young quarterbacks that think they have to give the vet what he wants.
Yeah.
You walk in with Aaron Rodgers, he
Bro,
can look at you and
that's
go, shut up, here's how
unstoppable.
this goes.
And who's stopping a tandem of Devontae Adams and Odell Beckham?
Look what TB12 did with Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Get you an older, respected quarterback.
Yeah.
Have him go to Seattle. Have him go to Pittsburgh. Have him go to Green Bay.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. Not Pittsburgh. That's in the division.
Yeah, they won't trade him to Green Bay.
DC.
Are you going to get it?
Yeah, your minute.
Yeah, all right. Bet.
Your minute starts now.
Okay, LeBron James is going to fall off. Here's my thing. Okay, so yes, he's still. I mean, I even looked up his stats to make sure I'm back with this. And for LA, he's putting up similar stats to what he did in Miami to what he did in Cleveland. His stats don't show it, but last year he had an injury, and I think what saved that Lakers team is their 4-month break before they went into the bubble. They had time to rest and recoup. That dude spends millions on his body. That's great, but he had that break mid-season. He's hurt again this season, 2 seasons back-to-back, and we talked about this dude who never got hurt. 2 seasons.
Technically 3 seasons back-to-back.
Back-to-back. And it's just he's not going to be able to play as physically dominant as he did before. He's getting older. And they're blanking on his name. Power forward.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis is not going to be that stud in LA. He didn't do it in New Orleans. So the Lakers are going to have a tough time in the next 3 years because they're going to have to start thinking of a rebuild after about 2-3 years from now.
Actually, I agree with you, and I'm gonna say this. You talk about LeBron James. His game, younger LeBron could shoot better because he wasn't as muscly. Now older LeBron, the stat show he's a better shooter, but he's not as fluid as he was. He relies more on the athleticism, especially Miami and later when he went to Miami. And then the years after that, Miami, that's when he started relying on athleticism. Mm-hmm. And then now, since he's getting older and his body's going to start breaking down because of age, he's not as fundamentally sound as Jordan was. And that's why Jordan could play long. Jordan was a freak of nature athletically, but Jordan was also great fundamentally. That's how he could play so long. Because when his athleticism started to fail, his fundamentals just kept on improving. And LeBron doesn't play with as good as fundamentals as those two greats did.
I'm looking at this. Here's a stat that stands out. He's getting to the line a lot less, attempting way less free throws a game. He was attempting almost 10 a game while he was playing in early Cleveland and Miami and stuff.
Yeah.
Because his physicality is getting in the rim. But now he's got to shoot more threes. Right now, let's see here. Attempted threes. He's double what he was doing in Cleveland and Miami.
And Anthony Davis, don't get me wrong, he's an elite player when healthy. But last year was his only year that he was actually really healthy. And that helped. You know what happened? You know why he probably was healthy for the most of that? That 4-month break you talk about because of COVID. Mm-hmm. And so with Anthony Davis, I honestly don't think. I think Anthony Davis' injury is worse than what they're saying.
Probably.
I think because it's like
that's what a lot of people are thinking. They're like, he's not going to be back.
I don't think he's coming back this year. I honestly don't. I think he's coming back next year.
So much money and picks getting these veterans together.
Yeah.
All right, going on to the final minute for me. All right, I got my topic. Yep, good to go. I look at this Gonzaga team. They're 30-0 right now, and everyone's not everyone's even convinced that it's a wrap right now. I think it's almost a wrap that's going to be Gonzaga versus Baylor in the championship, which I've got a friend who goes to Gonzaga, a friend who goes to Baylor. It's going to be a super fun championship to watch for me. But you got to give Gonzaga credit with what they got. I think Mark Few is, if not one of the best coaches in basketball, he's at least one of the best recruiters in basketball.
Yes.
He brings people to Spokane,
Yes, Spokane, Washington.
Yeah. Exactly. In a conference where nobody, right? There's no high-quality teams. Yes, they run through their conference, but what, BYU is the best you got? It's become an established program because of him. And this is more of a shout-out than a hot take, but Gonzaga, this is one of the best teams in recent memories. They got Jalen Suggs, Corey Kispert, they got Timmy, all of them.
And Jalen Suggs, my fault.
No, you're good. But basically, this team deserves to win a championship. I'm an Illinois fan. I was really hoping for Illinois, but this team is gunned and deserves to win a championship.
Yeah, I remember you picked Illinois in our.
Yeah, I know, and I even said to Illinois earlier, in our podcast, I said that Illinois might go win the championship. And look, Illinois was loaded. They just couldn't get it done.
And to be honest, basketball is matchups. You can be talent-wise, you can be a better team, but if that team plays a style of basketball that will attack your style of play, you have a chance of losing.
Gonzaga is such an all-around team too. They have 4 people that's going to go get drafted this year.
I feel like Jalen Suggs.
They beat from anywhere. They can beat you from anywhere.
Jalen Suggs needs more defensive credit.
You know who would be on this list in a couple years? Jalen Suggs.
Oh, Jalen Suggs was raw.
Jalen Suggs.
He was raw.
He was a 4-star quarterback out of Minnesota. Look, he would be in this first round of an NFL draft.
In our class, in our junior year, he probably would be like a top. He would probably be talked about as a first rounder.
That's what I'm saying. He could. So look, he's gonna go be.
He's gonna be a one and done. Yeah.
He's gonna go be a top 10 pick, a lottery pick in this upcoming NBA draft. If he wanted to go the football route, he could have.
Yeah,
he could have. He straight up could have.
Gonzaga. I picked Gonzaga to win the whole thing. I know you picked Illinois. You liked Illinois. I'm just saying, hey, did y'all see our bracket? I'm number 1 in our group.
Number 1 in our pool.
Mm-hmm. All of my Final Four teams except UCLA. But let's be real, who's in UCLA? Abel Christian. I had Texas up in the Final Four.
I only had So I had Texas. I had Illinois.
Is Houston in the Final Four?
Houston, yeah. Houston, Baylor, Gonzaga, UCLA. I had Texas going, but they got beat by Abel Christian. And then UCLA just steamrolled them, which I expected to happen. But UCLA also beat Michigan.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To be honest, I think the Pac-12 was underrated because that's the problem with the Pac-12, and that's why they can't ever get into the college football playoff. Their games are so late. People go to sleep on those games.
East Coast don't watch them.
Yeah, they don't get enough national recognition. That's why the Pac-12 now is trying to find a way. They're trying to play games earlier so they can get more coastal coverage, so they can get more media recognition.
Pac-12 basketball.
Well, not coastal coverage. I mean national coverage. I'm sorry.
Pac-12 basketball is the same problem as football does. Pac-12, you play the best. You play each other so much. So football, unless you're absolutely beast and can beat out all the other 10-2 teams, you're gonna go 10-2 and play the Rose Bowl.
And let's be real. The only reason why Oregon and USC stay in the conversation because their uniforms. And,
I don't know about all that.
No, they're good, but their uniforms they're like everyone talks about the uniforms. And USC is always going to be like a household brand,
Yeah, exactly. That's all we got for this episode today. Thanks for tuning in to our next mock draft. As always, check out our Instagram page, Twitter page, everything. Reach out to any of us. We'll respond to any DMs probably. So yeah, thanks for listening.